Hey everybody, so today we're going to work on multiplying polynomials. There's still in the unit on exponents and polynomials. We already talked about adding and subtracting. We talked about properties of exponents. Now we're going to do multiplying polynomials. So I'm going to go through several different types of problems, starting off with this one where we have a monomial, which means just one term, times a polynomial, which has many terms. So here I'm just going to do the distributive property. So this is going to get multiplied first to the 2x to the third times x to the third. So when there's nothing written in front, I can assume this is a 1. 2 times 1 is 2. X to the third times x to the third is x to the 6th. You guys remember that, right? So the rule is if you have the same base, you add the exponents. All right, now let's do the next one. 2x to the third times 3x to the second. So they're both positive. I know it's going to be a plus. 2 times 3 is 6. X to the third times x squared is going to be x to the 5th power. Next one. 2x to the third times negative 2. Sorry, cat. Come on, get down, Spotty. 2x to the third times negative 2x. This is going to be a negative sign because a positive times a negative is a negative. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. X to the third times x is x to the 4th power. Then 2x to the third times 5 is going to be plus 10x to the third. And that's it. That's my final answer. Okay? All right, good. Moving along. Let's try this next one. All right, I'm going to try to model for you guys. How many different problems do I have? A few. I'm going to try to model for you guys a few different methods of working with these. You could use whichever method works for you. I am sure at this point in your mathematical careers, you have multiplied polynomials before. So let's look at this one. This one is x minus 4 times 3x plus 2. One way that I've seen this done is using the distributive property, kind of like we just did up here. Another way that you could do this is FOIL. You could also, there's people who make charts and little boxes for these. Let's try the distributive property method. So to do the distributive property method, I'm going to rewrite this as x times 3x plus 2. And minus 4 times 3x plus 2 plus 2. So when I'm using this method, I have the x here. I'm multiplying it by everything in the second set of parentheses. And then I have the negative 4, and that's being multiplied by the whole second set of parentheses. You will get the same thing if you do FOIL first, right? X times 3x, that's the first thing we're going to do. Outer, x times positive 2, see, outer. Inner, negative 4 times 3x. And last, negative 4 times 2. So it is the exact same thing as doing FOIL, okay? Some people just visualize it better if it's written out like this using something like the distributive property. All right, so x times 3x is 3x squared, because again, I'm adding those exponents. This is a 1 here and a 1 here. X times 2 is positive 2x. Negative 4 times 3x is negative 12x. Negative 4 times 2 is minus 8. Now, the thing to note is we do have some like terms here, the 2x and the negative 12x. We do need to combine those for our final answer. These, the 3x squared, doesn't have any like terms, so it stays just like that. 2x minus 12x is negative 10x. And then we have the minus 8. So this is our final answer here. Okay? So this distributive property / FOIL method, they're the same thing. Feel free to use that if this is something that works for you. All right, I'm going to show you a different method on this one. And again, I don't want you to, you could choose to be proficient in all of these different methods, but you certainly don't have to. Pick the one that works for you and then go with that, okay? So for this one, I'm going to do the box method, which is another popular one that I've seen. Okay, so for the box method, I make some box. Across the top, I'm going to write b squared, 6b, and minus 7. On the side, I'm going to write 3b and negative 4. So now in each one of these boxes, I'm going to multiply these two terms. So here, 3b times b squared is 3b to the third. In this box, I'm going to put 3b times 6b, which is 18b squared. Then 3b times negative 7 is going to be negative 21b. Now in this row, I'm going to have, so in this box right here, I have negative 4b squared. In this box, I'm going to have 6b times negative 4, which is negative 24b. And in this box over here, negative 7 times negative 4 is going to be positive 28. Okay, now I just have to combine my like terms. And now the thing that makes this particular method nice is that the like terms are on the diagonal. So these are like terms, and these are like terms. Isn't that cool how that works out? All right, so now I'm just going to put them all together. So I have the 3b squared is going to go first. Oh, sorry, 3b to the third power. Next, I have negative 4b squared and positive 18b squared. That's going to be positive 14b squared. And this one, negative 24b minus 21b. That is negative 45b. And then finally, positive 28. And that's my final answer. Okay, so once again, you don't need to do both methods. You can choose. You could do FOIL or the distributive property method. You could do boxes like this. People who liked lattice when they were learning multiplication might like this. Okay, if you are somebody who likes the distributive property and more traditional ways of doing math, you'd probably like this one. Totally up to you though. Both methods work and get you to the right answer, and that's what's important. All right, so now here's our try-it problems. Let's give them a go.